Hey crew, it's Pitt and I am back with another react. Today we're going to be checking out a new drop, or not even a new drop, this is kind of old, from Apalachee Don, Everybody's Fighting. Seems like something we might be interested in. Let's dig in and see what's up. I like that flag and the truck, even if it's got a bow tie. Amen. If you haven't been out to see where freedom lies, y'all should go out and check out where freedom lies. We went on a Memorial Day. We did the 100 pennies and 100 prayers like we do every year. I didn't make a big thing out of it this year because people don't seem to be all that interested. But you should definitely pay attention to the people who are laying in the ground so that you can talk bad about the people you don't like. Shout out Electro Horse.
Here I stand on everything I am.
Come on.
Red-blooded through and through, proud American.
Come on, son.
I won't meddle in your affair. I pretty much stick to myself.
Come on.
If we don't stand with our backs together, America's headed for hell.
I stand with every single person who flies that flag that he is flying and not any other one. I stand with every single person who is fighting for America. I stand back to back and shoulder to shoulder with everybody who is upholding the values that we were created on. But I stand absolutely full-footed against every single person on the other side. If you're flying the Palestine flag, double birds to you. Right? If you're flying any other flag than the one in this country and you are a citizen of this country, I got double birds for you too.
Everybody's fighting.
We gonna get into it today, I guess.
And we don't even know.
Like, I don't want us fighting. I don't. I think that we should all just research and become intelligent on the matter, and then all of these fights go away. If you actually spend some time to research the matter, you will not fly the Palestinian flag. But you won't do it. Like, if you're flying that flag, you are not taking the time to research a damn thing. So
everybody's fighting, and we don't even know what we're fighting for.
I don't get into any fight I don't know about. Like, I'm not out here picking fights with people. I'm not out here bringing beef to people, right? I know about the beef, but I ain't involved in the beef.
The elephant's mad at the jackass. Liberty's headed for war. The left wing's kicking at the right wing, and the bird ain't flying no more. Everybody's fighting, and we don't even know what we're fighting for.
You want to know why? Because we a bunch of lazy fucks. Because we want to sit around and let somebody else do the thing for us. We don't want to take the time to be responsible for our own situation. You probably don't know who your representatives are. You probably don't know their names. You probably don't know what they stand for, but you'll go and vote for them because they have a letter behind their name. That is ridiculously retarded. You should not be doing that. You should know where the people stand, and if you want to vote for them for where they stand, that is perfectly fine. Don't vote for them because your daddy said it. Don't vote for them because your grandpa did it. Vote for them because you know what they stand for, and you want that to be what you stand for. And if that is not the case, you should not be voting. It really is that simple. If you don't have the time to become an educated elector, if you don't have the time to research the things that you are going to vote for, then you should not be voting. And I've done a whole thing, right? We're reading through the Federalist Papers. We're doing the Declaration of Independence. We're about to start the Constitution. We are talking about the fundamentals of this country. I don't care who you worship. I don't care where you came from. I don't care about the color of your skin. I don't care about who you share your genitals with. I don't care about any of that. I care about freedom. I care about liberty. I care about self-determination. I care about prosperity. I care about helping other people. And there is only one side in this fight that does that. And you can get mad at that if you want to, but it is true. There is a clear division. And if you are not standing on one side or the other, you are probably part of the problem. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Like, I'm reading these things aloud for a reason. I do solemnly swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and to bear true faith and allegiance to every citizen who does the same. Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters.
It ain't about your color.
Yeah.
Sure ain't about your pride. When it comes to protecting God's children,
Yeah.
we all gotta do what's right. And all these politicians wanna sweep it up under the rug. Pit us against each other, they must be covering something up.
There's something coming in this country. I believe that it is a resurgence of patriotism, but there may be something else coming. Something that harkens us back to the 1800s in a different way, of course. We're fighting for different things, but it may get really bad. You may want to make sure that you stand where you stand for a reason. There's one side out here that is fully enabling the ending of children up to the time that they can take their own breath. That is a problem, major problem. We have some severe problems. And look, what's coming? You're not going to get no free pass because of the letter behind your name, right? It's going to be where you stand. It doesn't matter if you have a D, an R, a G, an L, whatever that happens to be, that you classify yourself as, your political party. If you are standing for the wrong things, when it kicks off and people actually do what is written in that piece of paperwork that he just popped up as your right to reorganize, you might wind up in some trouble, because I'm gonna tip you off on something. You may not believe this. Everybody's not on the internet. Everybody's not on Twitter. Everybody's not on TikTok. Everybody's not, right? The people who tend to congregate in these social media places are the ones who like to be loud. They're the ones who like to talk, and those are the ones most of the time who don't necessarily share the values of most of the country. Most people aren't even on social media. That's hard to believe because you're on social media and you know a lot of people, but you know a lot of people who aren't. There are entire groups of people who aren't. There are working men who go to work every single day and never open up an app to look at Facebook or TikTok or Twitter or anything. There's millions of them. And they all stand on the side of liberty. They all stand on the side of not killing kids. And if you're on the other side of that when this pops off and people decide that it's enough, it might get a little bit difficult for you. Like, if you're on the side where you're wanting to do that, it might get a little bit difficult for you. People are giving way too much credit, right? We live in a relatively peaceful time. That is because we have laws. We have respect for one another. If that goes away, we go back to the times before, and the times before were pretty horrible. If you go back and you read through history, it is not a pretty read. It doesn't matter which particular section that you happen to read. You can go back as far as we have history. There is something pretty terrible in every single account. That will come back if we allow that. That is why good men are going to have to do bad things, and I don't like that. I hate that forever. But it is a truth. As for me, I know that I can do what must be done, and better ever that I should do than ever should my son. So if, dear sir, you're telling me that killing must be done, then it's killing I shall be about, and I'll save it from my son.
Everybody's fighting, and we don't even know what we're fighting for. The elephant's mad at the jackass, liberty's headed for war. The left wing's kicking at the right wing, and the bird ain't flying no more. Everybody's fighting, and we don't even know what we're fighting for. They're taking prayers from my school, man, and that ain't cool. They said it's
I'm telling you, they're clearly drawing up the lines between reality and not. Be on the side of reality.
Our brothers and our fathers from the past. If we don't hold the ship together, she ain't gonna last.
Yeah. That's why I'm investing my energy so heavily into things that will not return. Right? I'm not going to get monetary returns from reading aloud 85 Federalist Papers. I will probably, over the lifetime of that, get 20 views. That is a real thing. I don't expect the financial return from that. The energetic investment in my union is what that's about. That's what these videos are about, right? Who's going to, like, most of the people that I react to, nobody cares. Nobody but me. Like, I love these independents, and I got a few crew members who are here with it, right? We love these independents. We're out here to support them. That is what we do. But there's no financial return in this, right? There's really not. It's an emotional investment into my people. That is why we talk about the issues. That's why we discuss real life things, right? To be educated about the things that we need to be educated about. If you don't know where you stand, if you got to stand for something or you'll fall for everything, as my boy Aaron Tippin would tell you. And just because I'm stopping it does not mean that I don't like the song. It is exactly the opposite, in fact.
Everybody's fighting, and we don't even know what we're fighting for. The idiot's mad at the jackass. Liberty's headed for war. The left wing's kicking at the right wing, and the bird can't take it no more. Everybody's fighting, and we don't even know what we're fighting for. Yeah, they got us all fighting. Now we finally know what we're fighting for.
We're out here educating people. Like, I'm for real. I don't care about any of the things that people are out there getting spun up about, right? I think that you're foolish for getting spun up about them, but I understand the emotion behind it. Most of the problem we have is people not being educated at all. They are not in the slightest bit understanding anything that they stand for. That is the exact opposite of what we try to do here. I try every single day. Every time I put out a video, I am ensuring that I am making the correct steps. I pray about it every day. I make sure that I am coming to you with what I need to tell you. I ask for correction. I look for information. I don't talk about things without knowing them. I know the whole situation over there better than most people do, right? I don't listen to the R. I don't listen to the D. I am an I. I registered an R to vote against Donald Trump in 2016. We talk about that all the time. I am not a Republican. I voted Green Party and Libertarian prior to 2016. Right? It was whoever best aligned with me. It was not George Bush. Right? It was not Al Gore. Right? None of these people aligned with me. Up until this current one that is running and is being persecuted unjudiciously. Up until then, I didn't vote for the R. I didn't vote for the D. I voted for the I because I am very much the independent. I love people on both sides. I think that you should be able to pray in school and marry whoever you want. It matters not to me whose genitals you touch. It doesn't. As long as they are of age and willing. I don't give a crap. I don't care. It makes zero fix to me. I don't care about the color of your skin. I don't. Doesn't matter where you came from. Are you here? Are you invested in here? Then I got your back. If you were for the United States, I got you. And if you are not, I don't. All of these people running around with these watermelons in their bios and flying these flags that they don't know the slightest thing about. Gays for Palestine. How ridiculous is that? Like, you're for the place that will cut off your head and beat you with stones until you quit breathing. That is insanity. But they don't know. They don't care to know. Somebody told them to be mad. They just get spun up because that D told them to be spun up. And it's the same thing with the other issues, right? You talk about the border. There is a problem. Absolutely. There are slaves being trafficked across that border every day. Death is being brought across that border every day. But that doesn't mean it's the hype that you're hearing. It doesn't mean that you need to be as invested in it as they are telling you to be. We're going to let this play on out. I'm going to swap on over. I'm going to wrap this up because we're getting a little bit long, but you should absolutely know what you're fighting for, and you should absolutely be willing to fight for it. This country was founded on a small percentage of people who had had enough. It was a long list of usurpations that led to the war. It was not about a tax increase on tea. It was a lot more than that. They put up with it for as long as they could because they were good Christian men. And they took as much shit as they could. Until finally they said, this is it. This is the line. We cannot take any more of this shit. I'm at that point, right? I'm non-violent. I don't want to shed no blood. That is the path I am on. I am out here every day looking for reconciliation. I'm out here every day trying to give some information and trying to invest myself into our country because I believe this is the best system. And there are people out there completely uneducated. Right? I don't want to fight them, but I will not let them end my life. I will not let them take my grandchildren who are not even born with freedom. It will not happen while I draw breath. And that's where I have to lead this. This was great. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to Apalachee Don because he's telling you the truth. We need to come together. We need to be educated. Right? Education solves most of our problems. If these people were actually educated on the Palestine thing, and I'm hitting that because it is important to understand what is going on there. If you were educated on what actually, the whole situation of it, and I can't get into the details I want to because censorship, but if you were educated, you could not fly that flag, especially not if you're a dude that likes to suck a dick. You can't do that. It's bad. They want to end you. Unequivocally, 100%. And their charter, y'all are out there screaming about genocide while people are trying, desperately trying, taking over-the-top measures to ensure that there's no civilian casualties. And of course, in war, there will be. But the other group, the ones whose flag y'all are flying, in their fucking charter, it says they want to do the side thing that you were gening about. It is a real thing. From the river to the sea means to end all of them. Stop. Y'all make sure y'all get back to Apalachee Don. Give him a like, share, the sub, throw him a comment, let him know you appreciate what he is doing because I do. Learn where you stand. I know. To the crew. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are. And this has been Pitt's Take. Peace.